Hello, legends and heroes. Welcome back. My name is Omni and I am your guide to Diablo Immortal. Big news, everyone. There's going to be a lot of new legendaries coming on April 16th. Today, Blizzard has given me the ability to show you what the new legendaries are. We're going to analyze and predict the new meta. First up, Tempest is going to get a huge boost on April 16th. These have some super high speed and crowd control. Let's take a look at the first one, Storm Lost Visage. That is a helm. Now Blade Dance will pull in nearby enemies and prevent them from dashing away. So it is an anti-dash. So far it's going to be Tempest can prevent other Tempests from dashing. So I mean that's pretty nice. Gives you ability some lockdown potential. Next we have Mistwalker Pants. Breaker now makes you untargetable. This is another great thing about Tempest. They have a lot of dashes that makes them untargetable, makes them have the ability to dash through and not get caught, not to take any damage. So I think this is usable. Breaker. You also conjure a Zephyr. So this will be a Zephyr build. You'll be able to dash through, avoid damage, as well as drop a Zephyr. This is game changing for survivability, and Tempest will now be even harder to get hit. Now we have chess piece called Hanagla Goo Armada. Alright, weird name, but Riptide now surrounds you and your Zephyrs with swirling tides. It's alright. So if you drop Zephyrs on the ground, they deal damage around them. Not super awesome. You know how our Zephyrs now can shoot out like waves of water. The range on that is much larger. I'm not that super hyped for the chess piece. It is what it is. Next we have Main Hands Tide Breakers. Riptide increases your damage done by 4% for 3 seconds for each enemy hit, up to a max of 12%. Now this is probably Mastery 1. So max of 12% is probably around the max damage, which is probably like 24% at Mastery 3. Just my guess. So I mean Riptide might be super useful now, as Riptide can increase your damage by probably around 24%, my guess. So that's not bad. Alright, offhand is the Jagged Conch. So whenever you use Blade Dance, you cuff them with wind shackles for 3 seconds, dealing extra damage every time an enemy is hit 5 times. So it's good offhand for Blade Dance users. You'll be able to amplify more damage. It seems useful. The Shroud of the Atoned Shoulders. Breaker cooldown is reduced by 0.1 seconds for every enemy you damage, up to a maximum of 3 seconds. Gives you more dashes, more invulnerability. Definitely going to have to try those out. I think Tempest is all right. I don't see any game-breaking legendaries, but the Tempest is looking pretty good. Monk mains, get ready, because I see some incredible legendaries coming for monks on April 16th. Let's start with the hat. Calm Within the Rage. Shield of Zen also increases your evasion rating by 10% while active. Now remember, this is Mastery 1. So maybe I'm going to guess at Mastery 3, it's probably another 20 to 24% evasion increase. Another source of evasion increase. Monks may become the evasion tanks that they used to be. Again. Alright, let's go towards the shoulders. Immovable Force. Mystic Strike also grants you immunity to knockback for 2 seconds. Now, this is possible useful, but I'm not too excited for the Immovable Force. New chess piece, Malward. Wave Strike now increases your critical hit chance by 4%. Can stack up to 12%. Now, this is Mastery Level 1, so I'm going to guess it could probably stack up to about 24, maybe 25%. 25% crit chance. That's a great chess piece. Definitely going to be used in some builds. Then we have the new main hand, Sacred Echoes. Shield of Zen now empowers you, causing a mystic palm to fall upon nearby enemies. Additionally, conjuring an avatar of the sky, dealing damage to nearby enemies. So it just, new main hand, Sacred Echoes, turns your Shield of Zen into damage. We have to see how much damage that does. So it has potential. Offhand, Steadfast Strike. Wave Strike now slams the ground to nearby enemies and can be used 2 more times in quick succession. Just have to see how much damage Steadfast Strike does. Next, we have the pants. Now, these pants are incredible. They are. Breath of Heaven now deals damage and turns enemies into golden statues, preventing movement and attacks. So this Reverse Transgressions is basically an alchemy shrine. Your enemies turn into gold statues, and it has a huge CC. Enemies will take additional damage depending on how much damage they received as a statue. So it's like Petrify. Sort of like a chip of stone flesh. Very, very nice. So I'm excited for the pants. I think monks are getting a super buff, especially if you can stack the evasion from the new helm as well as the new pants, giving Breath of Heaven a huge CC ability. Monks are in a great position. Next up is the new Barbarian legendaries for April 16th. This is for Barbarians, new helm, Munch Grin. Ground Stop also increases your crit chance by 4% for 3 seconds, up to a maximum of 12%. So, at Mastery 3, most likely 25% increase in crit chance. That is pretty huge. Your shoulders are called Cataclysm Rake. Sunder now jumps to a target location, creating fissures in the ground that erupt when you use Ground Stomp or Leap, damaging and knocking up enemies airborne. So they want you to use the Cataclysm Rake shoulders as a new Sunder that jumps, and they want you to also combo that with Ground Stomp or Leap. I mean that's useful. Yeah, I mean if you want to use Ground Stomp and Leap, it has some CC. I think that could be useful, but you have to use both of them in order to knock enemies up airborne. But I think we might be able to combo those. Chess piece Vagrant Mercenary. Sunder also reduces enemy movement speed and prevents the uses of dashes. Wow. Anti-dash for Barbs. There's anti-dash for Tempest and now anti-dash for Barbs. Hey, it's better than the Sunder chess piece that we have right now. I'll take it. Main hand, Terrible Divide. Leap now jumps to a target location, damaging all enemies, and can be used up to 2 more times in quick succession. So you can go leap, leap, leap. Boom, boom, boom. Each dealing more damage in a larger radius than before. Okay. I mean, especially if you combo this with Leap Stunning, then you can sort of like, you can leap to, you can leap all around and stun everybody. Possibly. Sounds cool. Offhand, Pulp Maker. Ground Stomp cooldown reduced by 0.2 seconds for each enemy hit, up to a maximum of 1 second. Alright, it's pretty good offhand. So that you can use Ground Stomp more often. It's possible. Now we have the new Nail Toe Ground Stomp pants. Ground Stomp now smashes the ground and conjures an ancestral spirit that performs multiple stomps before disappearing, damaging all nearby enemies. I mean, this is they obviously want us to sunder with the Cataclysm Rake and then Nail Toe the Pants Ground Stomp. They want us to combo them together. So this is we'll have to see if they work together. I have some plans to test with the Cataclysm Rake and the new Ground Stomp, especially since Ground Stomp can now, using the helm, can give you a lot of crit chance. I feel like this opens up a lot of possibilities, making Ground Stomp actually viable. I think Barbs need something for Ground Stomp. Now it makes Ground Stomp viable. I like it. Next up, we have the Wizard Essence. Top up, we're going to check out the Helm. Horned Veil. Scorch now launches a ball of fire that damages and burns enemies. Also conjures a number of fire bolts to orbit you, equal to the number of enemies Scorch inflicts with burn. Hey, it's not bad. So it's like an upgraded Scorch, where you get a fireball, you get to hit enemies, plus you get more damage. You get rewarded for hitting multiple enemies. Our shoulder piece is called Insult to Injury. Damage dealt by Scorn to the same enemy within 2 seconds is increased by 8%, stacking up to a maximum of 24%. Now, 24% isn't like amazing, but I think at Mastery 3 that's probably going to be almost like 50% extra damage for Scorch. So, sounds pretty good. Chest piece called Ice Guard. Ice armor now grants you immunity to knockback when active. Hey, I like that. Giving a little bit. I mean, if you're a wizard, I'm pretty sure the barb chains from Shack of Fate is a knockback effect. So, if you use armor as a wizard, you don't have to worry about getting chained anymore. That seems useful. Main hand Equalizer. Each time you use a skill, your next magic missile turns into a flaming missile if cast within 5 seconds. So you want to you can use this. It seems like a nice major upgrade for magic missile, so that you can deal more damage. You just have to primary skill, primary skill, primary skill. So it's a little bit different. Offhand, it's called Flame Superiority. Ice armor instead radiates with fire. So basically, Flame Superiority turns your ice armor into a burning fire damage, and also increases your damage against burning enemies. So the offhand Flame Superiority turns your ice armor, makes you burn your enemies. All your fire skills, all your scorches, all your other fire skills that burn will also deal more damage. Plus, if you use the chest piece, the Ice Guard, you will also be immune to knockback effects while you use the offensive ice armor. Pants. Fury Revenge. Teleport is now imbued with fire. So you teleport on top of enemies as a damage. We have teleports that cause damage. I don't know. I mean, if this is enough, maybe with the ice armor that turns you into a fireball, maybe it increases damage on that teleport by a lot. We'll just have to check and see how much damage that is. Alright, let's look at Demon Hunters. Let's check out Demon Hunter chest piece. Seditious Dreath. Smokescreen now throws a grenade at a target location, creating an area of dust that causes burning enemies to explode. So if you burn enemies, this might be okay to cause more damage. Doesn't seem amazing to me. Pants. Fire Piper. Knife traps now summoned. Moving traps. Oh, knife traps now move to automatically attack nearby enemies, burning them. Ah. You summon Fire Piper Pants. Your knife traps now seek out enemies and burn them. That's pretty cool. Next we have the Helm, Eyeless Watch. Sentries now summon a rope turret that fires at surrounding enemies, attaching ropes and pulling them in. Affected enemies are stunned if they move outside the turret's range. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Demon Hunters have stun! Demon Hunters now have stun! Sentries with stun! Very cool. Very cool. You can just use this. Throw some sentries on the ground. Enemies that are chasing you get pulled back by a piece of rope. And then they get stunned. And you just shoot them in the face. I think Demon Hunters are going to have some fun in this new update. Main hand, Dusky Courier, Smoke Screen, maximum charge increased by 1. Interesting. Not too exciting. Soldier, Maiming Echo, damage dealt by knife trap to the same enemy within 2 seconds is increased by 6%, stacking up to a maximum of 18%. At Master 3, that's probably like 36%. It's alright. Offhand, Faded Scorpion. Sentry triggers a small explosion when destroyed, dealing additional damage and stunning enemies for 2 seconds. They really want you to try the stun sentry build. You're going to be using the Helm, which ties ropes and pulls enemies in, and also stuns them, plus the offhand Faded Scorpion. If you destroy the sentry will stun enemies. Now, I'm just thinking. I mean, just DHs are going to throw a ton of sentries near the idols. It seems really strong, and even if the sentry breaks, it's going to stun. I'm really excited for DHs. This seems like really nice. Now if a sentry, if it's one of those invisible sentries, that I wonder if it's going to explode and stun when it just runs out of time and disappears. It'll be nice if it also explodes and stuns when it just runs out of time. Alright, new legendaries for Crusaders. First off, we have Offhand, Proven Reprove. It's very, very good. Shield Glare now places you in a counterattack stance, during which receiving an attack from close range will cause you to burst with light, damaging and blinding enemies whenever you are hit, increasing damage they take. So first they take additional damage, they get blinded. I mean, this is really, really good. I can see this Proven Reprove, Offhand, new Shield Glare. We have to see if it's better than the Shield Glare that we already have, but so far it looks like a very good Offhand. Main hand, a Clobber. Falling Sword now charges to a target, damaging enemies at the location. I mean, we have Falling Swords that charge, so I'm not sure how this is any special. Let's check out the Helm. Find Misfortune. Fist of the Heavens now empowers you with lightning, and when your next skill hits an enemy, lightning bolts will rain down on that location. Okay. Another way is Fist of the Heavens. It's another way for you to get lightning and probably shock your enemies. So it's trying to give you shock effect. Interesting. Alright. Pants. Blessed Offense. Shield Glare also grants you a shield for 1.5 seconds that absorbs damage for each enemy hit, up to a maximum of 3 enemies. When the shield disappears, it deals damage. That's nice. These are really good pants with Shield Glare. You can get some defense, make you tanky, and it also deals damage. Good shield, good pants. Chest piece called Keen Mail. Falling Sword also shatters enemy armor. Increases crit chance against them by 8% for 3 seconds. Nice. So at Mastery 3, if it's 8%, this is a little bit lower. So let's say it probably gives 15% extra crit chance. Still not bad. Falling Sword gives you extra 15% crit chance. Not bad. A little lower than most legendaries, but still 15% crit chance is still good. Let's take a look at the shoulder. Squash Talks. Fist of Heaven also increases your crit hit damage take by 8% for 2 seconds. Wow. Got shoulders that increases crit hit. Okay. So you got a new chest piece. Falling Sword increases crit chance. And also Falling Fist of the Heavens that increases crit damage. Now it says maximum 24%. Once again, Mastery 3 probably 50%. So now we have a way to get crit chance and crit damage. Now maybe just go for the shoulders. The Fist of the Heavens increases crit damage, because if you use banner, you don't need crit chance, you just need crit damage. I can see a lot of people going for Squash Talks just for the crit damage increase. Very nice Crusaders. Alright, let's get on to Necromancer. New legendaries on April 16th. Veil Hollow's Head. Bone Spike now grants you a mount? Necromancers have a mount, increasing your movement speed and making you immune to knockbacks. Your mount damages and knockback enemies as it moves. Wow! You have a helmet that makes you faster. You're on a freaking nightmare horse or something. You're immune to knockback effects, and you knock back everything in your way. I think Necromancers are getting a little crazy with this hat. I am excited. Necromancers are getting crazy. I really like this hat. Veil Hollow Head is awesome. Offhand, Death's Gate. Bone Spirits now draw essence from nearby enemies, conjuring a Bone Spirit for each enemy affected that rapidly orbits you. Alright. Now Bone Spirits has more. We get more tornado thingies around Necromancers. More spinny hurricane builds. Alright. Pants. Corpse Draggers. Dark Curse now unleashes a wave that damages all nearby enemies. It charges energy as you move and increases damage of the wave. I'm not super excited. I'm not sure how this can be super used. Alright, the pants are meh. Chest piece. 3 on a pig post. Dark Curse also pulls in enemies hit, but cannot occur more often than once every 6 seconds to the same enemy. Dark Curse pulls enemies in. Pulling enemies in to a Necro, I think that's kind of bad. You're squishy. Why do you want to pull enemies into you? Yeah, I don't get it. Alright, shoulder, spare ribs. Bone Spike shatter enemy armor. Increases damage they take up to 12%. So it's going to be probably like 24%, 25%. That's nice. Bone Spike build. So that does this pair with the helm? Bone Spike shatter enemy armor. So when you're riding on this nightmare horse and you knock them back, do they take 24% more damage? I like this. The shoulders and the hat is going to be pretty darn good for Necromancer. Main hand, Blighted Crop. Critical hits with Bone Spirit trigger so far Novas and deal additional damage. Cannot occur more often than once every second. Subsequent damage from multiple Novas is reduced by 50%. Okay. So, new main hand for Bone Spirits. It looks good. We just have to see how much damage it deals. Maybe not. We'll have to see. It has promise, but I think Necromancers do win in this update. Last but not least, we have the Blood Knight. Blood Knight offhand, Lost Companions. Umber Lance now throws several spears in a direction that returns to you, damaging enemies in their path. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know. Not too exciting. Pants, Knight's Charge. Sanguinate now teleports to your target location, damaging enemies and knocking them airborne. Hey, that's nice. But, you know how you use Sanguinate to like, not get damaged? We have to see how much damage this does. It is okay, but I don't I don't think it'll be that great. Chest piece, Harris Cage. Transfusion now pulls in nearby enemies, damaging them and granting you an absorb shield, depending on the number of enemies gathered. Hey, I like this. Might be useful in PvP. Gives you a shield and you pull in enemies. Could be useful. Main hand first, Bloodwalker. When Umbra Lance hits the same enemy 3 times within 3 seconds, it deals additional damage. Okay. This is nice. Increases damage that Umbra Lance does. Umbra Lance wasn't doing a ton of damage. This is nice. Shoulders, Hunter's Whirl. Umbra Lance cooldown is reduced by 0.2 seconds for each enemy hit, up to a maximum of 1 second reduction. Now, it's probably by like 2 second reduction with additional masteries. That's nice. Helps get your Umbra Lance back. Helm, Engulf Spirit. Transfusion also increases damage by 4% for 3 seconds and each enemy hit, up to a maximum of 12%. Now, this is going to probably, Transfusion increases damage you deal by probably like 25%. This hat makes me excited. So maybe Blood Knight's coming back, maybe not. I don't see any CC. I don't see any PvP. I mean, I'll accept that hat. Blood Knight's alright. This hat might make, Blood Knight's tanky and deal more extra damage from that hat alone. So we gotta see. What do you guys think? Who do you think wins with the April 16th Legendary Update? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.